everyone, and welcome to the Sheep's Garden. I just thought I'd do a quick video of some things I recently bought, which I will share with you. We are still in quarantine here in La Serena. We're in week 8, I think, of the quarantine, but we're supposed to come out of quarantine on Monday. We go from phase 1, which is quarantine, to phase 2, which is kind of a transitional stage, which means we don't need permissions on the weekdays, but we do on the weekends. So we can't go out on the weekends as easily. But weekdays we can start going out a bit more freely. Supposedly only essential stores will be open, but I think stores that are kind of family run can open a little bit. So I think I'll be able to open my yarn store to sell yarn, or for people to come and pick up yarn what they need. So that's kind of exciting after 8 weeks of being closed. So I'll be preparing and getting yarns and things ready. But for now, I thought I'd share some of the things that I recently bought with my daughter and my mother-in-law, actually. We did a art purchase all together. And so I will show you what we bought. Okay, so this is one of the main things that I bought recently. I got this from ArtePapel. My daughter likes to paint and draw, and my mother-in-law as well. So we had an order together. I got some paints from my mother-in-law, and my daughter got a new paint book, and I got some fun things as well. So a couple of years ago, I started doing a bullet journal, and at first I used a notebook which had squares in it, and then I found this one, which has actual dots in it. Comes with dots, and I used it last year whilst I was planning and getting my store open. So you can see I didn't completely finish, and I'm not the best at doing bullet journals, but I enjoyed it, and it was actually very useful. This year I've just been using a general planner for 2020, and of course you would think not the best year to have a planner, but I have actually been using this a lot as well. They're having a surprising lot of things happening, so it has been getting used. So I thought I would like to start doing a proper bullet journal again. I'm kind of torn whether to do something really artistic or whether to go with something more practical, but I'll see as I go. I've been experimenting with some spreads and things that I want to include in it, and I decided on buying this, the Rhodia Goalbook. This is the hardback version. They do a softback version, and this is the version which comes with the kind of cream marfil paper, I think they call it, as opposed to the white paper. They now do a version with white paper. So you can see it's comes with dots. It's a dotted paper. It has 3 ribbons and also a pen holder, which I think is really useful. So you've got your contents. So an index, so you can keep track of everything. Then you've got your yearly calendar laid out like that for the year, and then also the calendar laid out like that. And then it starts in with the dots, and each page is numbered to help with your table of contents. So it's very useful. And there's also a pocket at the back. So I thought these pens of my daughter's would be fun to use in them. These are the Tombow paint pens. Paint there, and then they got a finer nib on that side. So I thought these colors would look pretty with this, and I've been testing them to see how they work with this paper, to see whether they go through or not, and they don't. Looks like that'll work well. So the other thing that I wanted to buy is I thought, well, if I'm getting a nice bullet journal, I would like to have a nice pen to go with it. And I was looking at the fountain pens and the inks. And my daughter bought a fountain pen a couple of years ago, this black one, which we never used that much. It's got a black cartridges in it. And I started using it, and I really quite like it. I like using the fountain pen. So I thought, oh, okay, maybe I'll look at fountain pens and look at inks. Now, a year ago, I got this one, which I don't know how the quality is on it. But again, we've not used it that much, but it has a pump in it for filling. And so I thought I would buy some inks to use with these pens. And before I bought anything, I asked my dad if he would want anything, you know, because I told him how I was getting inks for the fountain pens. And he has always used a fountain pen. He had said he's had 3 fountain pens throughout his life. And the last one that he bought maybe 20 years ago or something, he said he's not using anymore, so he gave it to me. He said if I'm using fountain pens, you know, I may as well use this one. So he passed me this one, which is really nice, and also has a pump in it. So what I did is I put this blue ink that I bought, a bluey green ink, in this pen, and a kind of a brownie ink in this one. So let me see how those write. I'm not very good at writing with fountain pens yet. Now, I think this pen it's not been used much, and maybe it's fine. So it's not very, the colors aren't coming through very, very dark, which I think I read it's with finer pens, it's harder to use these kind of colored inks. This one you can tell has had more use on it. It's a lot smoother and writes a lot nicer. But that just could be, you know, because my father used it for 20 odd years or something like that. So, but there you can see the 2 colors. So what else I bought was this pen. This is a fillable. You can use again, the fountain pen inks in this pen, but it's a ballpoint. So I've not actually filled it yet. I thought I would fill it with this. This is a violet color, purple color, but it also has a smell to it. It actually smells. So it kind of reminds me of those little violet sweets you used to be able to get. So I'm going to see if I can fill this whilst we're sitting here. I'm not sure if that'll work. I'm just going to move these out the way so that I don't make a mess. And I'm going to bring this piece of paper in case so you can see a bit better. Move those over. Now I'm hoping that this just fills up the same as the fountain pens. But I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, I was told there's a little ring there. So my question is do I fill it by sticking the pen in, or do I just stick this in? There's the little suction mechanism. So I have to put that down to there. Well, maybe I'll try it this way first. Okay. Let's see if this will work. I have some tissues here as well, in case I need them. Wow, I can really smell this ink. It's really, really nice. So I'm going to put that in there and twist. I'm not sure if this is... no, that's not doing anything. Oh yeah, maybe it is. Okay, it has sucked up ink. I'm not sure if that's where, you can see on my fingers, I don't know if that's where it's supposed to suck up the ink. I would have thought the ink was supposed to go further up into that and not into that space there. So I just give it a clean. Now put the lid on. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm really not sure. I should have watched a video first to see how to do this. Oh, yes, there we go. It is working. I did look at some videos about these, and what people said is that these are very small pens, very short, and it's better to use them with their the lid on. And because they're plastic, they're quite light. Well, that works really well. I'm very pleased with that. I just have to make sure. I think I could have gotten more ink up in there. And this is the medium tip. I think they do other pens with a finer tip. This is the medium. So I'm going to put that there like that. So those are my purchases, which I'm really pleased and excited with. And hopefully I'm going to try and get some spreads done in my bullet journal so that I can show you what I'm doing. Like I said, I don't do these really beautiful spreads like some people do. But I will hopefully be able to show you next week sometime before October what my spreads will look like for October. We'll see, because I'm also going to be getting yarns ready for the store because I bought new yarns just before the quarantine started. And so I'll be putting those in my store and getting that all set up. So lots of busy things, lots of things to write about in my journal. So thanks for stopping by and visiting me, and I hope you enjoyed this little video. And we will talk to everyone soon. Bye. Ciao.